Okay, hi everyone. So welcome to the second part of solving quadratic equations in chapter 5.1. Alright, so today we're going to look at in this video we're going to look at another special kind of quadratic equations like question 1 up here. Alright, and we're going to attempt to solve them. Okay, now previously we've mentioned that for solving a quadratic equation, right, we need to factorize them. So when we have a 9x squared minus 4 is equal to 0, right? We need to factorize it so that we can solve our equation. So let us try to factorize it. Okay, so we factorize this to give us 3x plus 2 and a 3x minus 2 equals to 0. Now, you want to observe something over here. There is another identity that we've learned previously in chapter 4. So this is a square minus b square. Do you remember this? Right? Do you remember this one? So the a is 3x, the b is equals to 2, right? So when we have a square minus b square, we can factorize this to a plus b, a minus b, when it's a difference of two squares. We can factorize it like that also. Right? So over here I present to you two different methods to factorize, either with the box or with the identity you've learned in the previous chapter. Okay, so let me erase this so that we can carry on. Alright, so what do we do next is we can do this. We will have a 3x plus 2 equals to 0, or 3x minus 2 equals to 0, right? So it will be either this is 0 or that is 0. Now, so back to this, so 3x is equals to negative 2, x will be equals to negative 2 over 3. And 3x for the other one will be 2, x will be equals to 2 over 3. So x is 2 over 3, but both positive and negative. Now, let me show you an alternative over here. Now, let me tell you that because we have only one x over here, right? So technically speaking, we can solve it like how we solve a linear equation for this kind of quadratic equation, specifically for this kind only, right? Where we have only one single x squared, 9x squared, right? So we have one single x squared term. So what we can do is we can solve it like linear equation. So when we solve it like linear equation, we bring the 4 to the other side, and then we divide by 9, right? And what happens is x is going to be equals to, the reverse of this is square root, right? Reverse of a square is square root, but you need to make sure that there's a positive and negative. So x will be equals to positive and negative 2 over 3 as our answer. So it is a bit consistent like our two answers that we got from our other working over there. Okay, now so why is this so? Because you imagine so positive 2 over 3, when you square it, is going to be a positive number. Negative 2 over 3, when you square it, is also a positive number. So next time you remember, when you want to unsquare something, remember that this number may be a positive number or it may be a negative number, because if you square back, both the positive and negative number will give you a positive number in the end. Alright, so this one square is x squared, this one square is confirmed only 4 over 9. Okay, so when you unsquare it, make sure that you need to include the positive and negative like that. Alright, otherwise if you were to factorize like this over here, you can actually see that we have two solutions, and over here we have two solutions like what we said. Otherwise we have only one solution, right? Correct, we will lose out the negative solution. So this is something for us to take note. Okay, so for b, same thing. B is the same thing. We have only one single y term, but you can also observe that this is a difference of two squares, correct? So this is a square minus b square. So this would be a plus b. So a plus b, a minus b, if you can recognize this. Otherwise, you can draw the box to factorize. Then will be 10y plus 5 is equal to 0, or 10y minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, so 10y is equals to negative 5, y is equals to negative half. 10y is equals to 5, y is equals to positive half. Or the other working is this, right? Or the other working is this. So 100y square minus 25 equals to 0. So we have 100y square is equals to 25. Divide by 100, so this will be 1 over 4. So when you unsquare this will be a positive negative of 1 over 2 when you square root 1 over 4. So this would be the answer. So plus 1 over plus a half or negative a half, right? So it's positive half or negative half, like how we saw for the other version over here. Okay. Okay, so for C and D, I'm just going to do it with the shorter method, which is to solve it like a linear equation. Alright, so m36 m squared equals to 1, so m squared is equals to 1 over 36. So m will be equals to, right, a positive and a negative answer of square root 1 over 36. And because of this, we have a positive negative of 1 over 6, just like that. Alright, for part D, okay, I'll just stick to one version, yeah. Okay, so for part D, let me do this. So I have a quarter n square is equals to 4. Bring the 4 to the other side. So we multiply by 1 over 4. No, sorry, multiply by 4 on both sides to get this. So n would be equals to plus minus square root of 16. So this would be this would be positive or negative 4. Right, so this would be my final answer for question D. Okay, so question 2. Now explain why 16x squared plus 49 equals to 0 has no real solution. So this phrase, no real solution, means there are no real number for solutions. They just skip the word real number, right? So there is no real number for its solutions. Now, why is this so? Why we cannot find a real number solution for this equation? Now let's observe this and see. So we have 16x squared plus 49 equals to 0. So let's attempt to do this, right? To solve this. So we have 16x squared is equals to negative 49. Alright? So x squared is going to be negative 49 over 16. Now observe, this is x squared. Whenever we square a number, even a negative number, remember it has to be a positive number, correct? So this one has no solutions because, right, x squared must be more than 0. So x squared equals to negative 49 over 16 is impossible. So this is actually impossible. Alright, so the answer is there are no real solutions because we cannot even solve this. Okay, we cannot even square root a negative number if you want to think about it. Right, one step further, right, is to square root the negative number, right? But for now we cannot square root a negative number, right? So that's why we have no real solution for this particular equation. Okay. Alright, so for this video, we have come to the end of this video, and this video we talked about how do we solve, right, an equation which is already in this form. So we can think of it as we can factorize this using the a square minus b square identity, or the box, if you know how to draw the box, or we can just solve it like a linear equation because it has a single n square term. If there is an n square and n term like what we did previously, it's a bit impossible to solve it like linear equation, and we need to factorize. Okay, so that's all for this video, and stay safe.